Hi, good afternoon. I've had a very good discussion, especially with Angus Houston, who I have a lot of respect and admiration, and gave me an opportunity to thank him and his team and also the Australian government for their commitment and their assistance. And as we move on to the new phase, I think it is so important for everybody to be on the same page. I'm also very happy to see Jean-Paul Trodet, who is here with me, and they have all started to engage and discuss with the three ministerial committees that I have set up. I would like to take this opportunity also to announce that Sunday I will be going to Canberra, and there will be a tripartite or a trilateral discussion with China, in which case we hope that the approach forward with regards to deployment of assets, engagement with the families, and the expert and technical advice that comes from all over the world will be looked at, in which case we'll be in a better position to announce to the media of the world what we discussed in Canberra. So today's meeting is something that I was looking forward to. I'm quietly confident that we are on the right track, but the challenges ahead is huge. And with more friends coming on board and getting more experts to make sure that we remain focused on what we're doing, I believe that we will find MH370 sooner or later. Would you like to add something to it?
Minister, thank you very much. And first of all, thank you very much for your very warm welcome and your generous hospitality. I'm here to do some preliminary consultations to enable the trilateral ministers meeting in Canberra on Monday. That's a very important meeting because it will formalise the way ahead to ensure that the search continues with urgency and doesn't stop at any stage. We've been discussing some of the challenges involved with deep water search, and of course, as Prime Minister Abbott mentioned in his announcement last Monday, the search will take probably something in the order of 8 months, maybe 8 to 12 months if we have bad weather or other issues. But we're totally committed as three nations, I believe, to find MH370, and I'm confident that with an effective search, we will eventually find the aircraft. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Minister.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for your hospitality.
Jean-Paul, do you want to say something?
Yes, I'm here today to share my experience with the Australian and Malaysian authorities in charge of searching the MH370. It's a big challenge because the area to explore is very big, and the water, the sea is very deep. But I think that deploying the right assets and taking the necessary time, it will be a hope. There is hope to find the wreckage and to know this mystery.
Thank you. I will be having a PC later today after prayers. So if there are any questions at all for the three of us, limit it to this looking forward and the arrangement that we hope to navigate.
Mr. Angus Houston, Ismail from Bernama. Regarding Australia dismissal, it was reported earlier, Australia dismissed reports by Australian company, exploration company, on the citing the possibility of the aircraft that might be in the Bay of Bengal. Do you think that is appropriate to dismiss that report at this kind of stage when Dr. Sri Shamsuddin has always been stressing that no possibility will be ruled out?
Well, I understand that there are 3 ships from the Bangladesh Navy that are over the reported area at the moment. As yet they have found nothing, and one of those ships has I think an echo sounder that will assist in ensuring that we have a thorough search at that particular area. But I would say very quickly, the heaviest weight I put on all the evidence that is before us is the great work that the world team here in Kuala Lumpur has done with the analysis of the manual, the handshakes between the aircraft and the satellite, and also the simulation work that's also been done to define the area in the Southern Ocean. I'm confident that the area in the Southern Ocean is the right search area, and I'm sure that in the fullness of time we'll find the aircraft in that area of the Indian Ocean.
Thank you, Angus. I can also confirm that I'm looking at the possibility of Sapura Kencana that has the ability to search that area, because that lead can only be confirmed by getting physically appropriate vessels to search that area. But I just want to stress that by doing that, we are distracting ourselves from the main search. And in the event that the results from the search is negative, who is going to be responsible for that loss of time? Secondly, if we are irresponsible in our approach and going forward with that lead, we also have to understand the emotions of the family. Now, in the event that we do spend money, which is going to be expensive, getting more vessels out there, it's going to take time, which is going to affect the operations of our present search in the area that we have identified. And thirdly, it's going to impact on the emotional roller coaster of the families of those passengers. That is something that we take into consideration when deploying assets into confirming or disproving what has been announced by that particular company. So that must be mentioned and put straight.
Order from CCTV. Yesterday, the report released by the Malaysian government noticed around 1:38, the Fujian City understand to give the information they get no signal from MH370, but after 4 hours, the Malaysian government started.
These sort of questions I will deal with this afternoon after prayers. I think to be fair to my guests, we need to concentrate on the relationship moving forward. Those particular issues that relating to my statement yesterday and documents and information released, I will deal with it this afternoon. Yeah.
In the BA reports from the French case, you have suggested that the airline should use the 90 days deep sea locators methods. Until now, not many airlines are implementing suggestions. Have you had any comment on this?
Well, a recommendation addressed to the ICAO and to the different safety authorities. It is their duty to make this recommendation mandatory. I understand that now they've decided that it should be mandatory to a certain date. I don't remember exactly the date, but it's not mandatory today. But I know that some airlines have decided by their own to increase the duration of the battery. So my suggestion is that any airline does not wait for the requirement from ICAO or other safety authority to change the battery on their recorders.
Maybe one or two more questions, maximum.
Yes.
At the back. Hi.
In relation to the middle report, how do you think from your point of view is it that we don't concentrate on mistakes of the past and move forward positively?
Sorry,
In relation to the preliminary report released last night, how important from your point of view is it that we don't concentrate too heavily at this moment on mistakes of the past?
well, look, the Minister's going to handle the preliminary report later, but let me just say our efforts at the moment should be focused wholly and solely on the search. We need to continue the search. We owe it to the families, and I think we owe it to the flying public around the world that we continue this search so that we can get to the bottom of what happened to MH370. Thank you.
One more?
Bluefin search has come up empty. Can we say now that we were wrong about narrowing it down to a small search area? And so that with data analysis from before, would it be a good time to double check those analyses? Because even families and experts have said maybe we caught the wrong area.
Before I pass on to Angus, finally. First, it's not a small area. Secondly, we have done the checking. And thirdly, based on the template that we had, it's just based on one or two fingers. There are other areas that we are discussing, which is using the same approach. And that has been consistent. Getting expert advice, getting verification, getting corroboration, getting all our international partners on board in deciding where we move forward. And Prime Minister Abbott has said that we've gone into a new phase. Angus Houston is here with me, together with Jean-Paul. As we move on into this new phase, I think this is the way that we have been doing in the past, and I think we will continue to do that, notwithstanding what other speculation that comes out, which we will follow. But it doesn't mean that what we have done in the last month and weeks before this has been wrong, because it is a long, challenging journey, and we are determined to continue. But let us focus on the actual challenges ahead, the increase in specific assets, the increase in new partners, the experts that have come forward. That, I must say, on behalf of the Malaysian government, on behalf of the Malaysian people, and also on behalf of the families of the passengers, that has been really unprecedented. And it gives me an opportunity to thank both of them today by saying that we are really grateful for your assistance up to now, but we still got a long journey ahead. And the fact that they're standing by me, left and right here, shows that we are all on the same page. Yes. You want to say anything to that?
Yeah, the bluefin work, that was in response to transmissions that were picked up from the deep some weeks ago now, and at the time they looked like the most promising lead that we had. They were in the search area defined by the world team. Indeed, they were right under the 7th ping arc line. And when we got the transmissions from the deep, it was obvious that we had to go down and have a look. We sent the bluefin down in that area. Thus far it has found nothing, and we've covered about 500 square kilometres thus far. That's just the way it is. I still am hopeful that the bluefin work that we do between now and the end of May might still find something. But I must say the chances of finding it, I think the probability is lower than it was when we started the search.
I'll see you guys later. Thank you, Angus.
Minister,
I have to say goodbye to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes.
I'll see you